YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. As you know, we are rolling out these last few, I think we have like 6 left, new look 2019 rebuilds of the NBA 2K18 series, and then as soon as that's done, obviously we're going to wait for 2K19. I might do a little bit of experimentation on the channel outside of 2K, like some basketball videos, while we're just waiting on 2K19, of course, because I'm not going to just keep rolling out rebuilds on 2K18 when they're starting to get a little, they're starting to get, unless if some rumor comes out, then of course I'll do a rebuild. That is what my specialty is on this channel, but I don't know. We'll try some experimentation once these rebuilds are done, and then we have to wait till September 7th, I think, till we get 2K19, so, because I will be getting LeBron James edition, of course, 20th anniversary. But enough of that. I have been hired on as a Timberwolves GM, and as a Timberwolves GM, coming into this situation, you know this team can be really good, right? We know this team can be really good. It's just the chemistry doesn't seem to be all there. As we know, Jimmy Butler has been fed up with the way Andrew Wiggins and Karl-Anthony Towns carry themselves. They'd rather play Fortnite, blah, 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 whatever. Karl-Anthony Towns rather stay up than play basketball. I don't know, whatever. But knowing that Jimmy Butler could possibly walk this offseason, I think it only makes sense to trade him at the trade deadline and roll with the young guys and let Wiggins and Towns have the team and Jimmy Butler to move on. But we're gonna have to get something decent for Jimmy Butler in return. He's only on a 1-year deal and a player option after this year, which he will most likely opt out of, so we don't have much leverage when it comes to that. So I mean, we can't get like a 3 first-round picks for him or anything like that, but we could get something for him, I'm sure. As far as the rotation, let's see what they got as far as the rotation. We got Jeff Teague, Jim Butler, Wiggins, Taj Gibson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Derrick Rose, Anthony Tolliver, Gorgie Deng, and Tyus Jones, and Josh Okogie rounding up the rotation, which I'm actually okay with. We can roll this out, and that's going to work for me. One thing I would almost consider is starting Anthony Tolliver, just because he can stretch the floor. But, I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns can also stretch, so I guess we'll leave Taj Gibson there just for his defense. So, basically, guys, I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the trade deadline, no matter what is going on, if we're a decent team or not. Hoping it makes more sense to where we're not doing very good, because, of course, then, you know, Jimmy Butler it's just the situation is not going well anymore. So, gonna stop the NBA trade deadline, and Jimmy Butler will most likely be shipped out of here, just because I think makes sense that he might be traded. I'm not sure if he'll sign a contract extension with the Timberwolves, just knowing that situation, but, I mean, we'll see. So, I'm gonna go ahead, simulate, and I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. Guys, so at the NBA trade deadline, despite having a decent record, a really good one, 3rd in the West, Jimmy Butler has already told me that he's not going to resign and hopes to play with Kyrie Irving this offseason. No, he didn't really tell me that, but I just have a feeling Jimmy Butler is looking to playing with Kyrie. I think that's a legitimate rumor. Like, I think there's some truth behind that. So I like this trade just because it fills out 2 holes for us right away. Now, the fact is, though, I think Dario Saric has 1 year left on his contract. No, he has another team option, and JJ Redick's on a 1-year deal. So I like this trade. Might come back to that one. This one is ironic. Zach LaVine. Obviously, this isn't going to happen, but wouldn't that be funny if I traded for Zach LaVine? Basically, this was the trade. And then I thought this one was funny as well. Kevin Love to the Timberwolves for Jimmy Butler. Now, I almost want to do this trade just because Kevin Love, I think the Timberwolves would be a great fit. But I think the trade that makes the most sense is the Sixers going out and grabbing a superstar that can help them compete with the Celtics and the Raptors in the Eastern Conference this season. They basically get rid of Saric, who's not a big deal, and Redick, of course, Jimmy Butler is going to start as shooting guard anyway, and they could probably start someone else at the 4, not a big deal. Now, should any picks be added to this trade? I think it's a fair trade, straight up, because, I mean, Jimmy Butler is on a 1-year deal. He's not going to resign. He's already expressed he's not going to resign, and maybe he's made it known that he's not sure if he'll commit. So I like the piece of Dario Saric. We need a power forward that could start. So, I mean, well, obviously Taj Gibson is fine and all, but we need someone after that. So Saric, I think, fits perfectly. Redick can start this season, then we'll figure out what to do from there. And then we can replace our backcourt. And then Josh Okogie can get mentored by JJ Redick or something like that. Now, should I add a pick in this trade? Maybe a 2nd-round pick. Maybe that makes it even more fair. I would not give up a 1st-rounder if I'm the Sixers, just because you don't know if Butler's going to resign. But I think Butler would be a pretty good fit there. And they actually like what they have. They don't want to give me a 2nd-round pick. The 2nd-round pick probably wouldn't be a huge deal. So, okay, now they're not interested at all. Let's go back to this trade. So, I think this is kind of a Victor Oladipo for Paul George situation. No picks were No picks were in that trade, right? I think it was just straight up. I believe. I could be wrong, but let's do this trade. Jimmy Butler is shipped off to the 76ers. We get Sarge and Redick. I actually like that trade a lot. I think it makes sense. So Jeff Teague, JJ Redick, Andrew Wiggins, Dario Sarge, Conley Towns, Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose, Anthony Tolliver, Gorgie Deng, and Tyus Jones. I almost want to give more minutes to Josh Okogie. I mean, looks like he's playing pretty good. So, who else could we end up trading? Taj Gibson, I like. I mean, maybe I give. Who should get out of the rotation right now? So, Okogie, Tyus Jones. I think what I should do, because I want to give Okogie minutes because he's long term here. Now, for the far as the free agents, Taj Gibson's going to be a free agent after this season. Towns, of course, needs to be re-signed. Tolliver will be a free agent. Tyus Jones, maybe I give him some minutes over Tyus Jones, although Tyus Jones would be a nice piece to re-sign. I don't think I'll re-sign Derrick Rose, although he is playing pretty decent for us. So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that too much. So, maybe I should clear up a spot for Josh Okogie to get some minutes. Gorgie Deng's contract would be awesome to get rid of right now. I don't know if it's possible. 3 years, 15 mil, so that's a pretty hefty contract. He's pleased right now, but if we can get rid of that contract, a lottery protected Thunder pick, would that fit the bill for anyone? Maybe a young team would be willing to take him on. He might be a nice starting center somewhere, possibly. Gortat for the Marcin Gortat. I actually kind of like this trade. Now, would the Clippers be willing to take on Gorgie? I don't think so, because the Clippers are wanting to go after some players this offseason, like some major players this offseason. So I really want to get rid of Gorgie Deng for like an expiring contract. Timothy Mozgov, Jared Dudley, and the Nets. I almost feel like the Nets would do this, but then again, I don't, just because they're trying to chase some more players and stuff. Solomon Hill, 2 years left on his contract. And then we got Tyson Chandler and the Phoenix Suns. I actually think that the Suns might actually consider this. They have DeAndre Ayton. And then who is their backup center? Tyson Chandler, I think, is their backup center. So, yeah, we're going to do this trade. Lottery protected first rounder. We get a second round pick. We get an expiring Tyson Chandler, who will not be getting any minutes on the team. I basically did this so Okogie could get some minutes. So let's do Okogie in the rotation now. Let's give him 14 minutes, and Tyus Jones will get 11. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll roll with that. So I've spent enough time at the trade deadline. One more thing I would like to do, and Conti Towns is undecided right now, but we'll match any contract he gets, so it really doesn't matter. Tyus Jones, yeah, he's a decent backup point guard, so might as well. And then, yeah, so we'll figure out the rest this offseason. Hopefully we can still make the playoffs. I'm sure we can. Guys, so we're in the playoffs now, and we are 4th in the Western Conference. We're going to be facing the Lakers in the first round, and Philadelphia's 3rd in the Eastern Conference. So very interesting. Kind of curious to see how Jimmy Buckets finished with the Sixers. So he averaged around 18.9 points. So I think that's a good trade for the Sixers. If they could potentially convince Jimmy Butler to stay, that'd be pretty cool, which I'm sure they might be able to. But as far as what we did, we averaged 20 and 11 for Karl-Anthony Towns, and he had almost 2 blocks a game. Sarge came over here and had 16 points. That is huge. Redick had 15 as well, and Andrew Wiggins had 15. Would love Wiggins to step up a little bit more. Derrick Rose was huge off the bench, 14 points. And one coach might be getting fired this offseason. I don't know. We'll see. Tom Thibodeau, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him. So let's see if we can beat the Lakers in the first round. They're up 1-0. It will be tough because we're facing LeBron James, but we're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. And just like that, we beat LeBron James and the Lakers in 5 games. So very cool. Let's see what the closeout game was looking like. Karl-Anthony Towns, 32 and 15. This is the Karl-Anthony Towns I want to see in the playoffs. We know last year against the Rockets, he played terrible, just not very good. And LeBron James, of course, always impressing everybody. 23, 10, and 8. Josh Hart, not a lot of 11, 11, 11, 11. Rondo, you need more assists than that. That's literally what you're there for. So now we're facing the Carmelo Anthony Rockets, which there are some rumors going around that Carmelo Anthony would be willing to come off the bench and might actually be playing a bench role, so it's going to be interesting. Closeout game for this one. Harden led the way with 34, and Sarge had 20. Towns 12 and 13. We do get eliminated 5. I wasn't really expecting us to win a championship this season, so it's not a big deal. I think that first season went well, though. I think we have a lot to build from, so I'm really glad of how it went. So as far as the league meetings, we got nothing here. As far as the draft lottery, we don't even have a pick. Now this is where it gets interesting. Tom Thibodeau is still he's still my head coach. Now, I don't plan on re-signing Derrick Rose, even though I probably should because he did decent. But this team is it's kind of going towards a young. I'm kind of trying to go towards a young. A lot of the veterans have expiring contracts, so I'm kind of trying to stay in that young role. So I think I actually might just let Derrick Rose walk. I think that's what I'm going to do. So Derrick Rose will be walking, and so will be Tom Thibodeau. We need a coach that's going to develop the young guys. Not to say that Tom Thibodeau maybe can't do that, but I'm going to go for another coach. So Bill Booth, Frank Vogel, Jay Triano. What else we got? We got Jason Kidd out here. Logan Schmidt. I guess we can do that. What about Larry Drew? I always try to go for him, and I get blocked every time. Doris Burke? No, that's Dan Burke. Jerry Stackhouse. And Nate Bajorgren. Hopefully Luke Schmidt just accepts. Logan Schmidt, I guess. So, I don't even know if he's a real person. Probably not. 2K just likes to randomly generate these coaches. But you can't hire anyone else. Like, you get blocked if you try. We have the six pick in the second round and the 26th. So, and then we have James Nunley and Josh Okogie, of course, under contract. Tyus Jones and Wiggins are all the only ones under contract. Of course, the number one priority this offseason is re-signing Karl-Anthony Towns. And then we'll build from there. So, player options. We got Dario Saric accepting. Jeff Teague actually accepts his player option. I thought it was a team option, and I'm kind of shocked he accepted it. Not really. I really shouldn't be. I mean, as far as real life, I expect him to accept it, but as far as 2K goes, I didn't expect him to accept it. So I wouldn't mind having Jeff Teague come off the bench or start next to Okogie. I think I plan on starting Josh Okogie. I think that would be nice. And then, so let's see. Cap holds, we got JJ Redick. We're not going to be resigning him. Neither are we going to be resigning you, or you. And Derrick Rose, you kicked, but you should go out there and get a contract. You're just not, the fit's just not here anymore. So we got Jeff Teague, Tyus Jones, which is fine at the point guard. I'm fine with Jeff Teague being my starting point guard for one more season, I guess. And then Okogie, I would like him to start at shooting guard. I think that it would work out well, hopefully. And then Wiggins and Bates, Diop, Saric, and Justin Patton. So, of course, we have a lot of young guys on this roster. Definitely need to get some depth, though. So, Karl-Anthony Towns, obviously, is the number one priority. So, let's see what else we can get from that. So, Saric is going to be the starting power forward. Towns will be the starting center. So, we basically have our starting five if we're really comfortable with Okogie starting at the shooting guard, which I am. I don't think it's a big deal. So, now I just want to get some backups. So, some legitimate backups. Who is out here? Dwayne Dedman, always a nice backup usually to get. JaVale McGee, maybe for one season, we can go for you. Dwayne Dedman, same thing, 6.7, maybe a one-year deal. Let's see if we can do that. And then for a backup shooting guard role, I don't want to get anyone too good because I'll just start them. Austin Rivers, Justin Holiday, J.R. Smith, Alec Burks, usually is a pretty nice player to get. What else we got? Rudy Gay. He'd be pretty nice to get off our bench. Kyle Korver, Michael Beasley, Kelly Oubre Jr., Justice Winslow would be a very nice pickup as well. So let's see. Karl-Anthony Towns is prepared to accept an offer from the Nets. Absolutely not. You're not going anywhere. I can sign JaVale McGee. I can't sign. Or wait, can I sign all of these guys? JaVale McGee, Dwayne Dedman. Oh, I don't need both. I gotta make it. I'm gonna go ahead and go with JaVale McGee just because he's cheaper. And then yeah. So we'll do that. Karl-Anthony Towns, JaVale McGee, Alec Burks, welcome to the team. So let's accept all those contracts real quick. Let's make sure we get Karl-Anthony Towns back. 3-year, $107 million deal. Of course, I was going to bring him back. And now we have $10 million cap space. So we still have some room to do something. So we got Jeff Teague, Tyus Jones, Alec Burks. Off the bench is going to be nice. Okogie, I think starting shooting guard is going to be cool. And then Wiggins, Saric, Towns, and McGee. So let's get us starting our backup forward, and we should be good. So backup forward, and then we'll go ahead and JJ Redick can't start at the 4 or 3, of course. Tyreek Evans shouldn't be starting there. Small forward, Rodney Hood, Kyle Korver, Kelly Oubre Jr., Mario Hezonja would be a decent backup. What about a 4? What's out here as far as the 4s are concerned? Ed Davis, Aminu is always nice to get. Aminu, I actually wouldn't mind having him for 2 seasons. A small forward, Gerald Green, Kelly Oubre. Gerald Green would be a nice pickup as well, but he probably would go down so badly in 2K. And then Mario Hezonja wouldn't be bad either, so I'll give him a 1-year deal. We got Aminu here, so we'll go Aminu, sign Aminu, and I don't think we'll be able to sign Mario Hazonia. So hopefully, guys, Josh Okogie starting at shooting guard this coming season isn't going to kill me. I think it'll be good. I think it's going to be a good move. And then Wiggins, and then we got Sarge Aminu. So loving this team, loving how it's looking. Definitely a youth movement here. Jeff Teague, of course, maybe traded at the trade deadline. What can I get for Jeff Teague? I don't have a point guard that could start for him. I mean, Tyus Jones, I guess, could, but I don't really want him to be my starting point guard of the future. I just don't see him like that, I guess. Maybe I'm missing something, but Jeff Teague on a one-year deal for $19 million. What could I potentially get from Jeff Teague? Probably nothing. I'm not really looking for anything crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of next season, though. If I do make a trade, wow, I could get Drummond. That's stupid. Okay, anyway, Brandon Knight for one season. That'd be weird, but okay. I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of next season. You guys see what the rotation is going to look like, and hopefully this team does well again. In this season, we actually win more games than we did last year, 3 to be exact, 3rd in the West, and we're facing the OKC Thunder. So, very interesting. As far as the player stats went, Karl-Anthony Towns led the way with 18 points, 11 rebounds, Wiggins was 16, Sarge had 15, Okogie had 10 starting, so not bad. Alec Burks had 10 off the bench, McGee, Jeff Teague, 7 points, and 6 assists. I actually ended up re-signing him. He's going to be our backup point guard next year. So, I mean, 8 for $8 million, 2 years, not a bad idea. So, Sean Livingston actually was our backup point guard as well. They signed Sean Livingston for me. And you know what? I was like, okay, whatever. Tyus Jones also came off the bench. And yeah, so they also signed J.R. Smith. They originally had him in the rotation, but I took him out so Alec Burks and Okogie could get some minutes. Maybe I should have kept him in. But we're facing Minnesota, or facing the OKC Thunder. We're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0. And do we sweep? Yes, we do. We actually end up sweeping the Thunder. And we're facing the Houston Rockets once again, who we've been playing for the last 3 seasons. And I did not mean to click simulate current round. Let me just see if they sweep us again. No, let's see if we can lose in 5 games again. No, yes we do. 5 games. Okay. Just curious what the final score was. Our closeout game for that one was. And the closeout game for this one. Yeah, no one showed up. So that's great. So we've been getting eliminated in the second round. So basically we can't get past the second round. So as a GM, what am I to do? I think what I am to do, we're getting to the second round every year. It's time to make a move. It's time to make a big move. It's time to put this team over the top. A second round appearance isn't going to satisfy me again. It's been cool these last 2 years. Logan Schmidt, you're cool for now. As far as our NBA draft, so let's see what we got. We have the 26th pick. We have Karl-Anthony Towns under contract, Wiggins under contract, Jeff Teague, Aminu, Tyus Jones, which are all pretty nice pieces. If anything, Jeff Teague can just start again, I guess. Not a big deal. Not my ideal starting point guard, but I mean, he can start again. But Dario Saric is about to be a free agent, and he wants a lot of money. So I'm going to have to make a decision there. Let me go ahead and just renounce these guys right now. Beats, Diop, J.R. Smith. As much as I want to keep these guys, they're just not really important. Alec Burks. How much money will I even have? 14 million cap space so far. So I'm going to have some money to play with, which is cool. Wiggins and Towns, of course, are the main 2 pieces. The 26th pick isn't bringing me much value. Let's see what they take. They pick up LaMelo Ball. No, stay as far away from my team as possible. Josh Okogie, he's going to be the starting shooting guard again. Maybe even come off the bench. Saric, I don't know, man. If you get a crazy offer, I'm not matching it because I'm not trying to pay you a ton of money. Maybe I'll have to though. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Alec Burks, I'm going to go ahead and renounce you. Sarge only has 6 mil, so all right. So this is what we got so far. Okogie, starting shooting guard. Wiggins, Aminu could even be the starting power forward. He's not bad there. So I mean, I'm okay with that. So for a point guard, there's not a lot of good free agents out here. Okay, this free agency class doesn't look too bad. But for a point guard, Isaiah Thomas is available. Jamal Murray, Terry Rozier, Fred VanVleet, DeJounte Murray. I'm not really liking any of these. I feel like I get Terry Rozier a lot. I mean, but he's the only one available. I mean, what am I to do? Terry Rozier next to Karl-Anthony Towns and Wiggins would be cool, though. So I might have to do that, guys. I don't know. Maybe should I just roll with Jeff Teague still? I don't know. Decisions. As far as a power forward, like I said, Sarge is going to want a lot of money. And then Jay Crowder would be a nice backup power forward. what else could we have a center and Carlton Towns. We need a backup, so let's just get some nice backups. I don't even know if there's a power move to make. I know I just said I wanted to make a power move, but what am I to do? I mean, trade Wiggins possibly? I mean, I could. I guess that's the only option I really have at this point, is maybe trading Andrew Wiggins. Let's see maybe what Andrew Wiggins brings us. Chris Middleton. Yeah, not really. Zach LaVine, Tobias Harris, Lou Williams. I'm not trading a Kogi. Goran Dragic, Miles Bridges. He looks, what even is that model? Rudy Gobert, Josh Green, Malcolm Brogdon, and Kyle Kuzma for Wiggins. I don't think LeBron never wanted to play with Wiggins. He didn't want to play with Wiggins in the first place. What makes you think you want to do it again? Mirotic, Blake Griffin. I did that last video and that did not work out at all. LaMarcus Aldridge. Yeah, there's just CJ McCollum. Why would the Trailblazers trade CJ McCollum for Andrew Wiggins though? I don't know. So guys, I don't know what there is to do, but I'm gonna make my best decisions I can here, and maybe I'll come back with a championship team, or maybe I'll stay a second round team. We'll see. Guys, so I tried very hard to make a power move this offseason. It didn't work out. So I tried to trade Dario Saric in a sign-in trade and either land Kemba Walker or Drew Holiday, but it just did not work out at all. Like, and they were not interested, and I obviously was going to force the trade to go through. But what we did, we signed Saric back. Kogi is a 79 overall now. Alan Crabb, we signed him off the bench. Tristan Thompson and Andre Iguodala. And Tyus Jones is still here, of course. So, yeah, not bad. I mean, this team is still not basically the same team. We haven't been able to upgrade Jeff Teague. I really want to try for Kemba Walker or Drew Holiday again. Maybe they'll do it at the trade deadline, but I've never traded for Drew Holiday before, and I thought it would almost be, like, really cool to do so. He has 1 year and a player option, I think, after this season. What do they want for Drew Holiday? They want Wiggins. They want Wiggins no matter what. They'd give me Mirotic if I gave them Wiggins. But you know what? We're going to hold off. Let's just go ahead and see what's the end of the season, and hopefully this team maybe progresses even more than it already has. End of this season, the third season, we go 56-26, which basically we just kept our core and trusted the process. I mean, I don't want to steal that from Joel Embiid or anything, but I really didn't change this team too much. I just signed some bench pieces, and it looked like it complemented pretty well. Of course, maybe Wiggins and Towns getting better and better. Saric still contributing pretty well. Alan Crabb, 12 points, and Kogi had 11.5. Teague with 8 and 6. Aminu 8, 6, and 6 off the bench is actually pretty good. And then Tyus Jones with 5, Iguodala at 4, and obviously probably playing some nice defense. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Houston Rockets. We've met them 4 times in a row in the playoffs, and they've beat us all 3 times. So let's see if we can change that. We're up 2-1. They even it up. They're up 3-2, and it looks like our woes against the Rockets might haunt us again here. It looks like we might be headed home after facing Houston Rockets once again. Can we bring it back? This game is really close, 91-100. 9 points left. I would jump in, but this video is running really long already, and I just don't think I can. So 103-113. I think it's running long anyway. I feel like I've been recording for a while, but 26 points. We lose to the Rockets once again. So we cannot beat the Rockets. It's just the way it is. So as long as James Harden is on the Rockets, we can't get past him. Just the way it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did like the moves I've done, or that I did in the video. Let me know what you guys' favorite part of the video was. But this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.